Seconds up, round one.
So 4 rounds light middleweight action. Brandon Stansfield in the grey trunks trimmed with white. MJ Hall in the black trunks trimmed with silver. Already just trying to close the gap. MJ Hall capitalise on, well, it's been a period of inactivity for Stansfield, but now he's been turned and he's back to the ropes. Left hook gets through the guard.
I mean, how good's this for Stansfield? He's been out for a little while. Second fight. You're
Not
back.
bad, eh?
Local lad fighting in Headingley Stadium.
I have a very vivid memory of being at an empty stadium the early part of the night for Frochgroves 2, and a young lad came out and boxed. His name was Anthony Joshua. He'll be in action in a couple of weeks' time. And even he looked small in that ring, in that stadium.
Yeah. When you started that saying about an empty stadium, I thought you were going to say it was one of my fights.
Yeah, you over-promised and under-delivered, didn't you?
Good stuff from Stansfield there. Good work to the body, lefts and right.
Yeah, the fight with Zaid Sahur was, I think, unnecessarily difficult for a debut. Really brought the pressure, but Stansfield kept calm. He heeded the instructions of his corner man, Wayne Woods, who's head coach of Freedom Boxing Club in Leeds. Shaping up well, patient, just looking to parry that lead from the southpaw. Hall. Just falls over that left hand, doesn't he? Left himself in no man's land there, and now Stansfield looks to counter.
Nice stuff from Stansfield. Controls the distance well. Having a battle for that front foot. Obviously, Hall in the southpaw stance. Stansfield trying to get it outside again. Good body work. Really worked the body. Oh, lovely right uppercut. That was a good shot.
Times of that uppercut, and MJ Hall just tried to respond with the right hand. There's blood from the nose of the Wordsley fighter. Leads with his southpaw left hand.
Picking the shots really well, Stansfield.
He's been inspiring with Maxie Hughes, Josh Warrington and Reece Mole, Billy Pickles and a few others. He's a good fighter, rated well by those around him in weight divisions on the circuit. Just holding and hitting there. Referee Steve Gray just having a word with him, rightly so.
Good shot.
Little counter right hand, looking to send that uppercut through the middle again.
I think it'd be the right uppercut would be the undoing of Hall here. Stansfield throws it really well. Really loops it in. Very accurate with it as well.
MJ Hall had a couple of back-to-back wins. His only 2 wins in his career. They came in sequence in 2019. He said, I think it might have cost me a lot of fights. He said, I think some of the local promoters thought, hang on, is he decided to go on a winning streak here, this kid? But he managed to hang in there. But he was under sustained fire and landed a couple of nice solid counters there. Stansfield, didn't he? That uppercut in particular, the right hand through the middle there as well. That did the damage to the nose. Jack Bateson in the house next. Another Leeds fighter. He's done a lot of tickets as well. So for this early on, starting getting a nice little bubble of crowd ringside.
Seconds up, round 2.
And there's no rain, Chris.
Keaton crossed. Keaton crossed. That sideways rain we had at Fight Camp. That was fun, wasn't it? The Wimbledon style stoppage. Going to the second round. Brandon Stansfield there is back to the screen. MJ Hall with his back on the ropes. Just tries to hold and spoil.
Yeah, smothers his work a little bit when he gets MJ Hall on the ropes, Stansfield, but other than that, he's boxing really well. Really been impressed with that right uppercut. I said that lovely right hand. Made MJ Hall fall short, countered with a lovely quick right hand. That was lovely work. Beautiful shot, textbook counter punch in that.
Yeah, using that advantage in hand speed, but also the timing as well. He's leaning over that front leg when he throws that left hand. Just that little layback from Stansfield to come back with the right hand. As you say, done the damage. With very little point going hell for leather, a journeyman as experienced as MJ Hall, you've got to do what Stansfield is doing here. Just tap, feint, just try and tease him into letting his hands go. That's where the opportunities are going to come, not when someone like MJ Hall's tucking up and going into full-on survival mode. So this is smart stuff from Stansfield.
It is. And a good opponent for Stanford as well. MJ Hall's a journeyman that lets his hands go. You get some journeymen, you know, if your opponent's not throwing the shots, they'll just go into the shell, then move and stay out of trouble. But MJ Hall does like to poke his hands out, and that allows Stanfield to try and find the counter right hands, which he's done.
Right, step back, step back. Keep it clean, both of you. Box up.
No one's going to start faster or more aggressively against him than Stevie McKenna did in December last year. McKenna's fighter came out, swung hooks from the hip, hit him with absolutely everything in that first round. He stayed in there for 5 more rounds, remarkably. He doesn't go easily. I think Stansfield would have done his research on him and know he's not just going to break him up the first time he lets his hands go. Far from it. It's got to be a smarter, more educated approach here. And he's boxing like a man that wants to get the 4 rounds in.
Yeah, he's enjoying it. Look, he's in this fantastic stadium in front of his home fans, enjoying it, having it all his own way, picking the shots really well. And I don't think he would be upset if he was to go the distance. Not at all.
A little bit of blood from the nose of MJ Hall, bit of swelling under the eyes as well.
He steps out of range well, doesn't he, Stanfield? Allows himself space to throw that right hand. I'd just like to see him through the uppercut really well in the first round. Just neglected it a little bit in this second round. When he takes that step back, he's open MJ Hall for a right uppercut.
The 2 rounds in the books for the pair of these. Look at some of the action from that round.
MJ Hall pouring, like I say, always looking for the shots, and that allowed Stanfield to take the step back. He's a lot quicker with his feet than MJ Hall, who fell over the front foot, and he come back with a lovely crisp right hand, then drop back down to the body.
Yeah, just telegraphing when he does let that long left hand go. MJ Hall, isn't he, giving Stansfield the opening, but he's taking it well. Young Hoti Price and all leads a fair up. A couple of fights time.
10 seconds gone. Second up, round 3.
Just there, that's it, there's that right uppercut. Pulled on over his front foot quite a bit now, MJ Hall. That's a shot he's got to be looking for, Stanfield.
He hasn't got the speed of feet as he Hall to get himself into range. He's having to reach with the hands, and that's causing him to fall over. Trying to trade with Stansfield when he's on the ropes, but he really is giving him more openings when he does so. Just turns him there. Steve Gray separates them again.
Got to allow himself a bit more space when he gets MJ Hall on the ropes. Smothers his work and it allows MJ Hall to grab hold of him. This is where he wants to do it from.
And again, just that layback counter right hand.
Breaks the boxing.
Steve Gray just telling him to clean it up. Nice uppercut there. Hall just turns himself back to centre ring, trying to give himself a little bit of space to move. Just pause the jab out, but he's getting countered with that right hand straight down the middle.
Yeah, he's taking some right hands now, MJ Hall. Very accurate with it. Stanfield finding the target really easy. There's a lot to like. Been impressed with Stanfield. Good tidy boxer, doesn't waste much. Good variation. Always looking to counter as well. It's good to see, especially when you're in there with journeymen. Make them throw the shots and counter them. This is where he gets tied up though. Whenever he gets MJ Hall on the ropes.
It's not always easy to get journeymen to open up. In fact, quite the contrary. He's done well just to give him enough hope and enough space to think, yeah, I can land something here. But no sooner does he do so, just takes the space away from him, sets his feet, and uses that timing and the hand speed to land his own counters. Just holding centering, just inching his way back. MJ Hall just looking for an opening himself.
He's dealt with the southpaw stance really well, and you touched on the sparring he's been doing with Maxi Hughes. I'm sure that would have helped a lot for this contest. You know, it is awkward when you're the orthodox fighter in there with the southpaw.
Maxi Hughes in potentially the fight of his life against Giovanni Straffon a little bit later on tonight. Huge lightweight, and he went through James Tennyson, well, like a knife through butter in that first round. Absorbed the best of one of the biggest punchers in the division, certainly domestically. That is true. And well, it does kind of ask the question: how do you negotiate 12 rounds against somebody that big, that ferocious?
Move.
Yeah, there's that. Yeah.
Another good round there for Stanfield. Picking his shots well, like I've said, making MJ Hall fall short, who in that round, I must say, did go into his shell a bit, didn't let his hands go as much as he did in the first two, which made it a bit more difficult for Stanfield to find the opening, but still worked well with a variation, etc.
So Ebony Bridges has arrived in the building. He's up against Miley's Gangloff, who boxed Ellie Scotney at the beginning of the year, went back to France after that defeat, and she picked up the French national title at 118 pounds, so she had some good experience this year, and where she was able to absorb the work of Scotney without so much as a blink. I think she may find a different story if she's hit clean by this woman regular and often, which she may well do the way that she fights. But that's going to be a really good contest, starting things off at 7 o'clock on DAZN around the world. Fourth and final round there between Brandon Stansfield and MJ Hall. You're watching Before the Bell. Welcome, whatever part of the world you're joining us. Chris Lloyd here with Darren Barker. And now Stansfield knows the finish line is here. He's going to put his hands together and see what the journeyman is made of.
Yeah, he's done everything right so far, Stanfield. So it'd be good to see what happens if he goes through the gears. Three fours, go again.
And earned the right to, I think.
Yeah.
On the first 3 rounds, he's got blood from the nose. He's hurt him on occasion.
It's not often, Chris, that you get, you know, during fights later on in your career that you really get to enjoy them. So it's kind of, when you're at this level, try and savour these moments as much as you can. The rounds are valuable, and that's exactly what Stansfield's done.
Matthew Hall just showing the marks of battle as another uppercut gets through. Just taps the right hand to the side of the body as well, just trying to open up those gaps again. Steps his left foot round the outside, gives him the opportunity for the right hand again. Muscling him around now in the ascendancy, Stansfield. And MJ Hill trying to stiff arm him there, trying to keep himself out of that corner.
He's got to look for that uppercut a bit more. Like I said, he's landed some good straight right hands, but I think if he was to mix it up now and throw one up, I think he'd have a lot of success. The left eye of MJ Hall starting to swell up a bit. I'm not surprised the amount of right hands he's taken in this contest.
Well, Steve Gray telling MJ Hall not to hold, but I think Hall's hoping that closer might be a little bit safer in this instance, and that is going to be his tactic here, just try and spoil and smother.
A bit more variation with a jab from Stanfield moving forward would be good. A lot of jabs to the head, not really throwing it to the body at all.
No.
But does work the body well with the hooks, but sometimes with the straight shots you can unlock the puzzle. Right hand to the body, jabs to the body, then back up to the head, just changing the levels a bit more from Stanfield moving forward. Tried with the right uppercut there. Narrowly missed.
Good performance though, definitely put a dent in MJ Hall. And just come over to our commentary position here, you hear the shots thudding in. Hall trying to hang on, but Stansfield works 3, 4, 5 to the body. They're all getting through. Here's the 10-second clapper, and he'll be relieved, MJ Hall. He's done
Yeah.
He's really played his part here. He's got stuck in, let his hands go. And that is the end of the 4 rounds between the pair of these. And a comprehensive win there for young Brandon Stansfield, who, as I say, stop-start for the last 3 or 4 years, really, through very little fault of his own. Took a gap between the amateurs and the pros for a couple of years to have children. And then, well, just as he was about to get back to boxing, he had one contest and then the pandemic hit. So he's had to be a patient man, but there's a little bit to like about him here.
Yep, I like the little step out of range, then fires back the counters. Really good right hand. Good variation to the body with the hooks, like I said, throughout the contest. There was a lot to like there. A bit sharper with the jab moving forward, I think. A bit more variation with it. Jab to the body, jab to the head. But that was what I was impressed with the most, making MJ Hall fall short. Steps out of range, comes straight back with a nice sharp right hand. Very accurate, like I said before. So, yeah, a very good display. One he enjoyed, and again, I look forward to seeing him.
Okay, well, David Diamante has the scorecards. Let's hand over to him now.
Ladies and gentlemen, if we could please get a nice round of applause out here for both of these fighters. After 4 rounds of boxing here at Headingley, we go to referee Steve Gray's card. It reads 40-36 for your winner from Leeds. He's still undefeated, Brandon Stansfield.